Transformers, more than meets the eye. Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the...
Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special new figure unboxing and review, we're going to be looking at the Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Galactic Odyssey Collection. And this is the Dominus Criminal Pursuit. So what we've got in here, we've got two figures. One of them is one of my favourite characters of the entire Transformers franchise, so I'm really looking forward to opening this up and looking at them. So what we're going to do with this video, we're going to have a quick look at the outside of the packaging because it's not that great, but at least it's slightly different. We're then going to unbox them live, have a look at the entire contents, see the accessories that come with them, and then we'll have a detailed look at them in both modes and do some comparisons with their Generation 1 original figures and other figures in the toy line. So let's get started. So this is, as you can see, the Galactic Odyssey Collection Dominus Criminal Pursuit, and this box consists of Punch, Counterpunch and Barricade, and this didn't come out in the UK at all. It was released as an Amazon exclusive in the United States, but then it appeared briefly on Hasbro Pulse again in the States on March the 5th in 2021. The box, as you'd expect for a Generation Select, is a bit boring, but at least we've got a different logo there. I'm actually really liking that. We've obviously got some Cybertronian language there at the top, and there's the standard badges, etc. Right then, let's have a look inside this. Nice and careful. I also need to thank Neil Rockman for me, by the way. He's a good friend of mine now from America, and basically he was able to get this for me, keep hold of it, and then ship it over with a load of other things. Okay, let's look inside. Wow, I've not seen this before. I was not expecting that at all. That's beautiful. Wow, look at that. So this is looking like, yeah, from Earthrise. Of course it was if it was last year. And then there's the contents. We've got Barricade. I don't really want to damage this, to be honest. I don't really want to fold that up. I'm going to carefully see if I can bring that up there. So there, of course, we've got Punch and Counterpunch, looking brilliant. Barricade as well. The other reason I'm really looking forward to doing this is I don't have the original Siege Barricade either, so I'm getting figures that I haven't yet managed to get hold of. Let's have a look what else is in here. So let's carefully take them out, see if they'll balance there, which they're going to, unbelievably. Inside the rest of the box, what have we got? Again, I'm really not expecting, this is a total surprise to me. So we've got a huge card saying Dominus. And then we've got a little bit, wow, we've got loads of interesting stuff on here. So, yeah, there you go. I'm going to bring that there so you can read the English bit. And then that also is the English paragraph as well. There we go. Very interesting. Very interesting. We've got the instructions, which look like, I would imagine, yeah, Barricade on one side and Punch, Counterpunch on the other side. And this box is beautiful. Not expecting this. There's the lovely, lovely artwork, features inside. Perfect. So what I'm going to do now then, I'm going to free them both from this plastic casing, and then I'll come straight back to you. Right, as you can see, I've removed them both from their plastic casings. This is exactly as they come out. What we're going to do now then, we're going to have a very quick look at the articulation on them both before going on to the actual main review. So here we go. Let's start with Barricade. This won't take too long because a lot of these new figures, they're all pretty much the same. The head sculpt is beautiful. We've got full rotation. It looks up and down as well, as far as you'd expect him to. If we just move the door slightly out of the way, you've got the full shoulder rotation, which you'd expect, up and down as well. Even though that's it. There you go. Some of it's transformation, but the rest of it is movement. Elbow or forearm joint, the wrist twists, the waist, the knees, the ankle rock, you know, everything you'd expect from these newer figures. So I don't want to take up too much time showing you things that we'd expect. I think I'd take more time showing you if it didn't do it. Moving on to this figure, which I'm just blown away with already. I can't wait to have a proper look at this guy. We can already see there that we've got full rotation in the shoulder. Of course, the bicep's going to be double jointed. These aren't fully set up yet. Again, this isn't his full modes. This is just to show you the articulation, but you can see you've got the double jointed, as you'd expect, bicep. We've got the flip out, so double fold out wrists for when we're changing allegiance. There is there a waist tilt? Oh, there is a waist tilt. Yep. There's the same with the hips. That'll go all the way up and down, knees, ankles, not really that I can see, and I think that's obviously due to it being a bit difficult for his two modes. The head itself spins around, all the way around, looks up and down, the visor comes up and down. Again, I can't wait to have a real detailed look at these guys for you. So again, as you'd expect, all the full articulation points, and they both just look stunning. So what we're going to do now, let's start to have a look at them in quite a bit more detail. We're going to transform them into their alternate modes, and we'll start there. Right then, we're back, and as you can see, alternate mode number 1 is Barricade. So we're going to have a quick look at him. Quickly apologise for not doing the transformation process on camera. A couple of reasons. One is to keep the length of the video down. 2 is not to spoil it for yourselves, and I really do mean that, because a lot of these figures have got some amazing new transformation gimmicks, how things tuck up and hide away really slickly. And the other version is that, of course, that this is a very familiar mold already. We've already got Blue Streak, Smokescreen and Prowl, so there's nothing different with it. But let's have a look at the deco they've chose for this one. I really like it. It looks very good. Translucent window, you could perhaps say, is a bit negative with the fact that what they've got there, but again, I think it looks good. The biggest negative, I think, is the wheels. They could have perhaps done a little bit more detail with them. This obviously will come off if you want it to, and then you've got the port at the top. Yeah, again, liking it, really liking it. As I say, I've not got the original Siege Barricade anyway. So what I'm going to do now, this might make you laugh, it might not, but for those of you who know Generation 1, he was, of course, a Generation 1 figure. Before he did the movies, which, of course, is what we're mostly known for knowing him as. This is the first 2007 version of him, and it just shows you how much bigger, I suppose, the deluxes were back then. So this one's obviously got quite a bit more detail. Actually, to be honest, it is a very good version of him. But the reason what I'm saying is because this is his Generation 1 self. And yeah, it's nothing to do with that figure at all, but I just wanted to show you it because I like to do the comparisons for that reason. Some of them are more interesting than others, like this guy. So we've got a couple of weapons here, so we can attach the two little ones on the bonnet like so, and then of course we can attach the larger one either on the roof like that, or let's be honest, it will look far better in there like so. But again, cool little alternate mode, good use of the mold, nice deco on it, and it just suits it. It really does. So I'm going to go to the other figure. We're going to come back with him in his alternate mode as well right now. Okay then, we're back, and as you can see, we've got Nightbeat in his alternate mode now, and absolutely stunning. And again, I really don't want to spoil the transformation process for yourself with this guy. This is amazing. I've never seen that transformation process at all. It's the same as the Prime Wars trilogy version of him, which I don't actually have. It was brilliant. It really was, honestly. The wheels look good. They spin around. Everything's been tucked and covered up brilliantly. Okay, you can tell there's a bit of a head there, shall we say. You can also, on that little tab there, you can attach the gun. You can see there's a hole there, so you can even put the gun underneath. One thing we do before we do a few comparisons, the colours of him look very reminiscent, more of like a Nightbeat figure, to be honest, than of course Punch and Counterpunch. There is G1 Nightbeat, so you can sort of see what I mean. If he had the flame down the side, he would maybe be the same as that, but that's just another thing that I'd noticed. So let's do some comparisons. So this is original G1 Punch stroke Counterpunch. Again, quite different, obviously. And then what we've got here is, this is another version of Punch. This is the Timelines version of him. And again, he's just a lighter version. He just looks really good. I was very impressed with the transformation process. I'm very impressed. I'm biased towards this character anyway, and again, I can't really justify why. I never had it as a kid. Just think the character of him is brilliant, but this is a stunning figure. So what we're going to do now, we're going to come back, and they're going to be in their robot modes for the final time. We'll see how the accessories go with them, and again do a few more comparisons. Okay then, so just a couple of things before we see them in the robot modes again. The first thing is obviously that with all the haste, I forgot to show you actually how to put the weapon on the top of the car. So we'll just take it off the bottom there. And the other thing as well is at the very beginning of this particular section, I called him Nightbeat instead of Punch and Counterpunch. And I was thinking about re-editing it or just, doing the scene again. There he is with his gun and EO, but I feel that the genuine reaction of my astonishment of how good the transformation process was, I didn't want to take anything away from that, so I'll just correct my mistake here. So of course it's Punch, Counterpunch, not Nightbeat, although he does look like Nightbeat, and there he is with the gun on the top. We are now going to be returning with them in their robot modes. Right then, we're back and we're going to be looking at them now in their robot modes, and obviously because this guy has 2 robot modes, we're going to go with him first. So this is his Decepticon guise, and that is Counterpunch. And yeah, it's brilliant. I just can't get over how good it is. The Decepticon symbol there will fold down, but that's more so for the other mode, obviously, so it's hiding his faction. The visor, you can see at the top, again will fold down just to cover some of his face, but again, that is for when he's in the other mode. I think this guy is stunning. The transformation process has just blown my mind, to be honest. It's so good. If I want to be super negative, maybe the fact that he's got such a small gun could be the only thing, because obviously the Generation 1 figure itself, when he was in Counterpunch mode, he did have the large black gun like so, which you can see, and the other weapon that he did have, but when he was in his Autobot mode for the G1, was that gun as well. So the fact he's just got this tiny little gun could be a negative, but otherwise, no, I don't really want to say there's anything negative about it. It's absolutely stunning. Another version I've got of Counterpunch is the Collector's Club version there, and you can see that they all look really good. Obviously he's much lighter. Yeah, he's just a great figure. He's really poseable, even though he has got the big sort of chunky legs, but you've got the full movement there in the knee tilt, all the, as I say, movements in the elbows, the shoulders, all of it. It's just a really good figure. So I'm going to pop him up next to him, funnily enough, just to finish this part of the segment off. So I've got the other side to do, which will be Autobot Punch. I'll be doing him after we've had a quick look at Barricade first. So let's go on to Barricade. Right then, so here we go. Here is Barricade, and again, he's looking very good. And again, just for people who are unaware, and as I was saying at the beginning, you can clearly see here now that it's just, a re-deco of, I've chose Blue Streak for the mold, but he's exactly the same with Prowl and Smokescreen, etc. The weapons you've got a choice of things, and again, I could have perhaps showed you this in the alternate mode. You can actually combine these weapons as well. So you've got pegs either side, so you can literally combine the 2 small guns with the larger gun, and then obviously he can carry that around, which looks really good as well. Or of course you can go for, I think what they're going for, but this is more the G1 Autobot cars, to be honest, but it still suits him really good. So the holes that were on the top of the bonnet to put the weapons in, again, we're just going to use them, and then it's up to you where you want to put the gun as well. But yep, he looks good. I do really like him. I am just for a few seconds going to show this up, even though it bears no meaning to the rest of the review. But there is his G1 robot self, which of course we're not going to be really comparing him with. We've got the first Barricade movie figure there, who is, again, good detail, but a totally sort of different design and style of figure. Both good, to be honest. I'm a fan of both, but there we have it again. So overall, finishing up with Barricade, I'm impressed with the guy. Yes, again, I know it's just a redeco of a used mold, but looks really good. Really liking it. I'm liking this whole set completely. I'm going to finish it up now by going back to the Punch, Counterpunch, and of course we're going to be looking at Autobot Punch right now. Right then, so we're back for the final time, and you can see he's in his Autobot Punch mode, and again, it just looks stunning. He looks so stunning. One quick thing, this bit here as well, I should have folded down when he was in his Decepticon mode, just to hide obviously his faction, but that of course will now be folded up like we want it to. There it is there, folded down for the opposite way around, which you'll remember was up earlier. The wrists stroke hands, I'll just show you very briefly. That's how you can change between them, and then of course you just need to reposition all the wheels at the back. But again, blown away by this guy, absolutely blown away by this guy. Really good, looks brilliant, everything about him is brilliant. He is his original G1 self in the Autobot mode, so you can see again big improvements. There was his G1 self in the Decepticon mode, and again just a brilliant clever concept. I'm just going to move these over for a second just because there's the other one I need to add on as well, which was of course the subscription service version, just so we can have a look at them all next to each other. I mean, G1, obviously I love the G1 figures, but this particular guy is in a different league compared to this. He is a million times better, not only for the reason that obviously he's got both modes, but just everything about it, the transformation process, how it looks. It's just a different league. It's so good. And again, I'm really gutted that this box set is not available in the UK at the moment, or widely available, because I think people should be able to get hold of it. It's so good. It is so good. This again, yeah, it's a redeco of a very popular figure, but this guy, and again, people like myself who missed out of the Power of the Primes trilogy version of him, it's so good. The instructions are brilliant. They're so easy to follow. And again, you'll really enjoy it yourself. I can't explain enough how good this little box set is. So if you're lucky enough to see one, or you can still order them, I highly recommend you do so. So there you go, guys. I hope this helped with your decision. Obviously you can tell I was very keen. I was a little bit dubious. I thought that this guy, I didn't think he'd be as good as what he is, but Barricade as well, he just looks really good. The paintwork looks good. Again, overall, great set. Hope this helped you with your decision, guys. Take care. Thanks for watching. Like and comment, and don't forget to subscribe.